FX Nation, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this video guys, we're going to talk about brokers. And we're going to break down some things that you should know about brokers. And I'll give you some examples of good brokers and not so good brokers. All right. So without further ado guys, let's get this started. You know, when it comes to brokers, you know, you need brokers obviously because, you know, without brokers you can't really trade, right? So it's very important that you understand that not all brokers are created equal. All right. So you're going to have basically brokers that are regulated and not regulated. And I'll show you examples of both. Now, before we go into anything else, all the brokers that I'm going to show you here, guys, they're brokers. There's hundreds of brokers out there for you guys to choose from. So this is literally like a tiny snippet of the brokers that are out there. Now I'm going to show you guys how to spot the brokers that are actually regulated versus not regulated. I think very important that at the end of the day, guys, look, if you can't trade, it doesn't matter what broker you have. Okay, you're going to lose the money. All right, so I hear a lot of traders out there that blame a lot of their trading on brokers. And at the end of the day, you know, if you don't know how to trade, you're going to lose the money regardless. All right, whether the broker is regulated or not, or whether you have a lot of leverage or little leverage. Okay, if you don't know how to trade, if you don't know how to do proper risk management, you're going to have issues regardless, or it really doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, if you really want to do this as a career on a full-time basis, the number one thing that I'm going to tell you to look out for is to make sure that you get a broker that's regulated. All right, that's number one. Everything else would probably be second, you know, when it comes to choosing a broker. Number one, just make sure that your broker is regulated. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of examples of brokers that are regulated versus brokers that are not regulated. All right, so let's jump into this. All right, guys, so the first broker that we're going to talk about is Trader's Way. A simple way to see if any broker is really regulated, and literally you can do this in like 2 seconds, is just scroll down to the very bottom of the page. And at the very bottom of the page, if they're a regulated broker, they should have their registration number available for you to see. And they should tell you what governing body actually is regulating them. So as you can see here on Trader's Way, if we refresh the page here, you scroll all the way down, the only thing that they have is this right here. And of course, you'll see a lot of times they'll see that they're not trying to solicit residents of the U.S. or United Kingdom or whatever countries that they don't want to have issues with. Okay. Another big thing that you should notice about brokers that are not regulated is they offer a lot of leverage. So like 1,001, 3,001 leverage. I mean, those leverages are crazy, insane leverages. And yes, it's good to have a lot of leverage because it allows you the flexibility to have to go ahead and be able to trade, you know, with a very small account size. But at the end of the day, guys, really, if you really want to make this a career, guys, I mean, in reality, you got to have some money. You know, you got to have money deposited into your account. $1,000, I mean, $100, $50. Like I see these things online all the time. Can I trade with $10? Like, what the hell are you going to trade with $10? You know, like, what are we talking about here? You trying to make, you know, pennies on a dollar? You trying to make actual money? You know, so if you're gonna trade this, guys, let's save up some money first. Go get a job, work for 2-3 months, actually save up some money, and have some kind of actual real, you know, funding to your account. All right, so let's just go through these brokers here that are definitely not regulated. LMFX, you see if you scroll down, there's nothing here, and you see the same thing you get where they're trying to not get residences of UK, United States, Japan, stuff like that. FX Glory is another one, and I mean, really easy to spot, guys. 3,001 leverage, come on, that's crazy. Like, who the hell does that? And you can see there's no number here. Another one here is Eagle FX. Same thing. You go down here, they have no kind of registration number. Another dead giveaway is, guys, is look at the address. A lot of these brokers that are not regulated are in these island, in the middle of nowhere, basically, right? So this one is the Commonwealth of Dominica. I believe that's the same one that's for Traders Way as well. So these things are become very obvious once you know how to spot them. Okay, now this is a broker here, Osprey FX. I actually, give them some props, because if you go, they're not regulated or anything like that. So you can see that they're not regulated. But if you go to their frequently asked questions, they'll tell you off the bat that no, they're not regulated, but they're working on getting their regulation license. Right? So at least this broker here is being upfront in the fact that they're not regulated. So huge props to them, and showing that that hey, you know what, we're not regulated, we're working on it, and things like that. So, and even the leverage here, 500 to 1 leverage, that's definitely decent leverage, and it's not something crazy out of like, let's say, a 3,000 to 1 leverage that you get from FX Glory. So let me show you what a regulated broker does look like. Okay, so here we have Forex.com. If you go down to the very bottom, you'll see that they have their numbers here at the very bottom for the National Futures Association. So these are basically the governing bodies. There's about 5 or 6 actual governing bodies of that regulate the brokers for Forex. So you'll notice, like Oanda.com, if you go down to the bottom, same thing. You'll see that they have their numbers here. IG, same thing. They have their numbers here at the very bottom. Thinkorswim, same thing. They have all their information down here at the bottom. FX Pro, again, regulated broker, they have all of their numbers here at the very bottom. So that's just a real quick and easy way to find out whether or not a broker is regulated. Okay, here's another one. XM, it's another broker that's regulated. There's all the number information down there at the very bottom. IC Markets is another one, again, regulated broker. I think this one's out of Australia. Pepperstone, another broker that's regulated out of Australia, I believe. So all these brokers, guys, are ones that are regulated. You'll see the information. FX Choice is another one. If you scroll down, you'll have their information down here at the very bottom. So all these brokers are regulated, guys. And again, this is literally just a very small piece of the brokers that are out there that you can use. Now, if you're in the U.S., it's kind of very simple when you're in the U.S. because it's very limited to what you can use as far as for a brokerage that is actually regulated. So you have choices like FX Choice, Forex.com, Oanda, IG, Thinkorswim. Those are going to be the main ones that you can choose from that are going to be regulated. So brokers that are not regulated, guys, obviously, you have Traders Way, FX, FX Glory, Osprey, Eagle FX. There's hundreds of them out there. The main point that I want to get to is just to make sure that you do have a broker, or you chose a broker that's regulated. All right, it's hugely important for that. Obviously, the more leverage that you can get from a regulated broker, obviously that's best for you because you're able to trade more. At the same time, though, if you don't know how to correctly trade or control the margins, or your account balance or risk management or anything like that, it really doesn't matter if you have a 3,000 to 1 leverage or 50 to 1 leverage, because at the end of the day, you're just going to end up losing. Keep in mind, guys, that the brokers are going to be something that you need. Remember that, probably one of the biggest issues that I have with brokers that are not regulated is how difficult it is to withdraw your money once you actually get past the initial deposit. So when you go to a broker and you, let's say initially, this is true with all brokers, regulated or not, right? When you go over to, let's say you deposit $1,000 through, let's say, a credit card, right? When you go to withdraw money, you can only withdraw the initial deposit that you pretty much put into the account. So the $1,000, right? After that, you have to go through a different way to actually withdraw funds. So basically your profits. Now, a lot of the brokers that are not regulated make it really hard for you to actually remove your profits. They make you jump through hoops and circles to try to remove that profit. And I can only speak on experience that I've had with different brokers, but I can definitely tell you that the brokers that are not regulated give you a very hard time to pull out money. Brokers that are regulated, for example, like Oanda, Forex.com, IG, Thinkorswim, have never given me an issue with withdrawing funds. It's very simple. It's very black and white. You know, you can do a wire transfer. Some brokers do Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and stuff like that. But you know, a website or a broker like Oanda, for example, you can just, once the initial deposit is back onto your account from their credit card, you can literally just do bank transfers back and forth, wire transfers back and forth, and it's pretty simple. It's very easy to do. They have a very simple process. I know FX Choice does the same thing. Forex.com does the same thing. IG.com, IG does the same thing as well. So these brokers are well versed in understanding the fact that, you know, you want your money, obviously, because that's why you're trading. So they don't give you a hassle for it. And so you'll find that a lot of the brokers that are regulated, you don't have a hassle with that. A lot of the brokers that are unregulated, you'll have hassles with it. And so very important that you keep that in mind. Also, you know, customer service is huge, guys. So make sure that, you know, the customer service that you're getting from your broker is good. A lot of these brokers, I know, at least on IG and Oanda, Forex.com, these brokers actually have somebody that call you right after you sign up with your account. They're there to answer questions and stuff like that. So very helpful in getting you started. All right, guys. So very simple. Just keep the broker thing very simple, guys. Just get a broker that's regulated, to be honest with you. If you're in another country outside of the U.S., the brokers that I would recommend for you: FX Pro, XM, IC Markets, Pepperstone. These are just a very small. You know, these are only 4 out of the probably hundreds out there that are regulated. So whatever broker you choose is fine, guys. Just make sure that they are regulated. So just go down to the very bottom and make sure you can see the license number at the very bottom here of the website. All right, guys. So I hope this answered for you real quick what brokers you can use and you should use when it comes to brokers. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your weekend. Guys, if you need any more help or you like the content that we provide on this channel, come on over to the FXN Masterclass. It's available right now. What you get essentially is a lifetime membership, a full mentoring course, an advanced course. You get the Blue Summit videos, weekly Q&A sessions every Sunday, group session archives, which that by alone has about 100 hours of content, weekly analysis videos, midweek analysis videos, MT4 and MT5 indicators, a customized trading journal so you could actually journal your trades every day, and then a backtesting journal that you can use to backtest and collect all of your data, not to mention a mentoring private chat, guys. So all the information is in the link in the description if you want to join now. We look forward to seeing you there, guys, and take care of yourselves.